Hello and welcome to my channel, Making Crafts. Today I am back with the Beary Christmas stamp and die set from Not2Shabby, and this is the stamp and die set for the month of July, and this is the subscription plan that they have at the Not2Shabby shop. So this one, each month you receive a stamp and die set, and each month it's a different little theme. So I'm going to be showing you how I created these cards today. And these are gift card holders. So your little gift cards will fit down inside this card. And I will show you as we go along how it works. And I'm also over on the Not2Shabby Shop channel today. And I'm showing you how I colored these images in and how I chose what colors to use for these images. And I also show you how I set my dies up to cut them out. So to create these cards, you want to pick out some paper and you want to use 12 by 12 sheets. And so once you choose your paper, you want to cut a strip off that measures 4 1/4 by 12. So if you have directional paper, you want to start at the top of your page to cut your 4 1/4 inch strip. So I'm making these cards, so they'll be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so they will fit my A2 size envelopes and I don't have to find any special envelopes for them. So once you have your strips cut, now we're going to score them. So I want to start out with the one that has directional paper. So this is my directional paper. This is the top and this is the bottom. So with your directional paper, you want to be sure that the bottom of your paper is in the left-hand side. So the top will be on the right-hand side. Because when we fold this down, if we don't do it this way, then it's going to be upside down. So once I have it like that, I'm just going to flip it over to the back side. So then we want to score at 5. And then again at 10 1/2. And we're just going to do each one the same way. So this one's not directional, so I don't have to worry about which direction I put it in. I just want to score at 5 and at 10 1/2. And I have to take a look at each one. This one is not directional, so it's not going to matter. So 5. Oops, I scored it on the wrong side. That's okay. It just doesn't, it folds better if you score it on the back side, I believe. It has a crisper fold, but I don't think it's going to make that big a difference. This one again is not directional, so I can just put it in here and score at 5 and then at 10 1/2. So once we have these cut, we now want to cut the piece that goes on the front, and so that measures 4 by 4 3/4. So I've just cut a few of those in different colors to match my papers. So then we're going to need to cut some little squares, and I made some tags using these little squares last time, and I think these are just a little larger than those. These measure 2 1/2, and for some reason I love these little bears on these squares here, so I'm going to do that again for some of these. So once we cut those, then we can start stamping them. So I have my squares here. I've also gone ahead and colored in some bears so that they match the papers. So I have some with reds to match my red papers, and then I also have the little purple one here, and I have this one we colored together. So if you'll check out the Not2Shabby Shop channel today, you'll also see where I colored these on there, and I did the lighter bears on there. The darker ones I did off camera, but the lighter ones I did on camera. And here are the other two that I did on there as well. I love the lighter colors, but red's my favorite color, so I had to do some in red. So for these cards, I've gone ahead and I have stamped them, and then, so some of them I've just put wording, and then some of them I've added different color snowflakes depending on which ones I was going to be adding to it. And then I have got them all ready to go. So now I've just got to work on my bears. So for my bears, I'm just going to add foam tape to the back of each one, because I want these to be popped up. Okay, so we now have all of our pieces ready to go, so it's time to fold up our cards. So we're just going to fold on the 5-inch score line. We're going to fold down, and then we're going to fold up on the 10 1/2-inch score line. And when you fold these, just be careful, line your sides up here to make sure that you get everything pressed down good so that it isn't crooked or wonky. Sometimes when you press down to folds, you can get it off a little bit, and so you just want to make sure that you line those up. And I know from experience, because I've done that when I was making these, the first ones I did just fold it down and wasn't paying attention. So you want to make sure these sides are lined up so that everything lines up once you have it folded up. So then we're just going to pull out our decorative paper here that we cut at 4 by 4 3/4, and we're just going to add it to the front here. Then we're going to choose one of our sentiment squares, and this is the one I had chosen to go with the guy with his purple hat. I decided to put purple snowflakes on it, and I'm also going to ink around the edges with some purple ink. So for my inks, I'm using Lulu Lavender, Summer Sky, and Angel Pink by Memento. And I felt like these colors match this paper, and that's what I do. I just go through my inks to figure out which inks match the paper that I'm using. So I'm just going to lightly ink around the edges of the square just to help it stand out just a little bit on the paper. And sometimes I try little things on the back here. It didn't work out. I didn't like the looks of it. So I just flip my paper over and stamp the other side. So you can see there's a whoopsie on, there's a little mistake on the back. That's okay. So I fold this up so I can kind of get, what I do is I center it in between when this flap is up instead of center it from the top and bottom. And then I just add that flap, and then I've just popped up my, with some foam tape, my little bear. I'm just going to add him there to the front. So now it's time to punch our holes. So I'm just going to use my crocodile hole punch to punch the holes. And what I've done is I'm using the largest hole, and then I have set the guide where I want it. It's about 3/4 of an inch. And so then that way I know that it's going to go up about halfway on this little fold. So if you set yours around 3/4, let me hold it up, because if you've got the same one, you can just set it at the right spot. It looks like it's about 1 to 2 markings behind it. Just see where yours lands best for your fold, but that's where mine was. And then you want to keep in mind that your gift card, how wide it is. So what I do is I make this just a little bit wider. So I just go and punch my hole close to the end here. So you can see I'm about a 1/2 inch from the end, and I punch. And then I do the same thing on the other side, about a 1/2 inch. And when I say a 1/2 inch, I'm seeing a 1/2 inch from the edge of this punch over. That's what I'm eyeballing, that's about a 1/2 inch. So that way you get them kind of even. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'll show you now your little gift card goes right in there. You fold this down and this back up. And then we're going to tie it with some ribbon. So there is our little card with the ribbon tied shut. Once you start making these, they're very quick to put together. If you go ahead and cut all your pieces at one time, color all of your pieces at one time, and then just assemble them in kind of a way that you're doing the same thing to each one at the same time, you can get these created fairly quickly. And I've got this many cards already finished and ready for Christmas. So I want to show you this one here. I didn't put a sentiment on it, and when I was looking at it, I really thought this would be great for a birthday during the holidays. If you have someone you know that's born close to in the winter time, this one just with the snowflakes, it's not Christmas, you could use this one, and he's got just a gift on the front there. You could use this one for a birthday. And then this one as well, I thought would be great for a winter birthday. So I do know a couple of family members who have winter birthdays, so I left these blank, and then the rest of them have the Christmas sentiments on them. And what I love most about this type of card is that the ribbon will tie your gift card in, but it also, when you're given a gift card, sometimes you just put it in a card and it falls out when they open it, and they're just opening a card, but this way they have a little bow and it's like they're unwrapping a little gift. So I really love how these turned out. So be sure, if you've not seen my video on the Not2Shabby Shop channel today, be sure to go over there and see how I colored in the light colored bears and how I cut them out, and I explained to you how I choose the colors for my bears. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed both videos on my channel and the Not2Shabby Shop channel today, and hopefully you will give these a try when you need a gift card holder. So I can't believe that we're at the end of July now. I had a lot more plans for Christmas in July, but who says it has to stay in July? Maybe I'll do some Christmas in August as well. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.